everyone, my name is Serena. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel, House of Light Tarot. Okay, today I am going to be doing Pisces. So let's find out what is going on, angels and guardians. What is going on for spring? I see cycles, fate, karma, something ending, something new beginning. So, all right, let's do, and of course, communicate. So I'm going to go in, and I actually got this new deck. I got to make sure you can see it from Amazon. So I don't know. I've been playing around with them just to kind of see, and it's Spill Tea. I haven't seen any reviews on them. I might actually do one. But yeah, so Spill Tea, Amazon. They're like $30 Canadian. But yeah, I kind of like the way, you know, some of the messages are. So let's get one for cycles. Angels and guardians, please tell me about Pisces. Pisces for spring when it comes to these cycles. Let's just do 3. Angels and guardians, please give me a couple of cards clarifying cycles for Pisces. Ooh, okay, you got 2. Adventure waits. So that's kind of nice. An unknown adventure awaits in the relationship. Okay. Portal truth. Only sharing parts of the truth that benefit oneself. Okay, let's get one more for Pisces. And then I'll dive a little deeper. Unspoken desires. Unexpressed inner desires, often hidden needs or emotions. So, all right, so I gotta make sure that we find out for this. And then afterwards, and then this is the first card that actually flips out, Runner. So I'm gonna put that one back. But the Portal Truth, that's where the Runner came. So, okay, so just give me a minute here and I'll get your reading done. Now I'm going in with the Island Times Wellness Love Tarot. Kind of like the messages on these ones. So yeah, adventure awaits. Please, angels, guardians, give me a card for, help me clarify for adventure awaits for Pisces. What is this? Adventure awaits. Pisces. Okay. The Sword and Rose. Clarity, truth, revelations, force, humor, protection, power. Okay. Getting a feeling for this reading already, but I'm just going to do a little more clarifying. Tell me about cycles. What is this? Cycles. Well, unspoken desires, stabbed in the back. I think it's, yeah, stabbed in the back came out in reverse. And Grim Reaper and separation. Okay, so do you know what? I'm pretty sure I'm already kind of getting a feel for this reading. So unspoken desires, portal truth, adventure waits, fate, karma, something ending so something new can begin. I'm almost sensing like maybe there were some secrets in a relationship and you're ready for change. So you know something has to come to an end. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the regular tarot and just find out a little more. Let's do a past, present, and future. So yeah. So I think it might be knowing that a cycle has to come to an end because you're ready for adventure. You know, it's spring right now, but summer is coming. And then maybe you're not quite expressing yourself fully and expressing these desires that you just want to go after. Maybe it's because you've been hurt in the past. So stabbed in the back, which came out in reverse. But I see heartbreak, pain, separation, deceptions. So maybe that's why you don't want to open up, that you want something to come to an end, which I know breakups aren't easy. You know, and also too, sometimes when it comes to breakups, people figure like the whole thing has to blow up. And one thing I like to tell people is it's okay if you want different things. And, you know, remember that whole time that you were together, it wasn't just the relationship, you were also friends. So, yeah, but it's definitely okay to want different things. Okay, angels and guardians, when it comes to Pisces, please tell me for the past. Tell me for the past. What I need to know when it comes to this reading. Okay. Ooh. All right. So you may have felt blocked in the past, you know, kind of mental imprisonment, wanting to say something, but being, you know, it's all to do with heartbreak. So I do see you have a new goal moving forward. But maybe you're just trying to figure out the details, because the Knight of Pentacles can be about, you know, figuring out where you want to plant that pentacle. The Chariot, you got to stay balanced, because, you know, that's it. It's drive, determination. That's that will to get up and do it. So I do see you making changes. It's just, you gotta, you know, maybe that's what it was. You know, you went through this turmoil in the past, and you're realizing it's okay for something to come to an end. Maybe it didn't end well in the past, but that's the past. Okay. So tell me about the current state for Pisces. Tell me, please, angels and guardians. Okay, one card. Oh, current moment. Okay, so I'm already sensing you've gone through a breakup. Yeah, okay, so you've gone through a breakup. Let's go one for the future. And that's that cycle's changing, adventure awaits. You've come to some kind of realization. You don't want to stay stuck, even if it means, you know, breaking somebody's heart. You're ready. You're ready to speak your truth and go after those desires that you want. I mean, maybe this was a bad breakup. I don't know, but I like where you're going. Okay, so angels and guardians, give me one for the future. Where is it? What can I tell Pisces for their future? Okay. Six of Pentacles. And then I see over here, Page of Wands, Magician, Queen of Cups. Oh, what is that? Okay. You might be manifesting a new home, a new adventure. This is all about, you know, starting off fresh. You're crossing the finish line. You're ready for something new. Also, too, the 1111 portal. So, yeah. And then maybe, too, you know, you want to balance give and take. You know, you don't want to be over giving, but also too, I don't know. Six of Pentacles is all about having enough to give. So when it comes to your future, maybe you're just going in a new direction. Tell me a little bit more for the Six of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups for Pisces. Tell me about this, please, angels and guardians. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely going in a new direction here. You've had time to think. And with the Hermit, the Chariot, and Temperance, you're ready for that next chapter. You're balancing yourself in this current moment. You're thinking about where you want to go. Because I can already tell, you know, and the one thing about the devil, I know it sounds scary, but the devil, you know, we make our own hell. So whether it be this mental imprisonment, but the devil, you're breaking some kind of cycle. Maybe it's to do with relationship. You're following your heart. You're leaving the past behind, even though it stresses you out. And then you're manifesting, you know, positivity here. And one thing that I love about manifesting is sometimes you got to stop standing in your own way. So, you're like, this is what I want. You're reading it every day or a vision board or something. Thing is, though, is you have to be able to stay focused on your goals. And the minute that you start to self-doubt yourself, or you end up coming into distractions or whatever, that can kind of, prolong stuff coming into you. So yeah. All right, let's go for a fortune cookie. Ooh, okay. Future. You may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. Okay, so I love this. Okay, so positive spin on it. I see you in the past, kind of breaking cycles here. You're just kind of done with it. You're realizing your truth. And one thing I love is when people kind of feel stuck, and that's that devil, to have a little bit of fun or something. You don't want to stay stuck. But yeah, you're moving forward. You want something different, and have a conversation with yourself or with your higher self or your angels and guardians. Make sure as you're talking, because this is a great thing about having a conversation is, especially if you're trying to make up your mind on something, what you're kind of looking for is somebody else to validate how you feel and to tell you it's okay. But if you actually listen to yourself talk, without needing somebody else there, and also too, it helps if you're writing it down and then you can kind of reread it. But what kind of advice would you give if somebody else, if you're actually listening to yourself talk and the things that you want, what advice would you give, yourself? Okay, so I see a lot happening, but I like where you're moving. Don't forget to listen to yourself talk so exactly. Get in touch with, those desires that you actually want so you can get clear on what you want to manifest into your life. Remember, don't stand in your way when it comes to self-doubt. Know that you can do it. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, Pisces. Bye-bye.